That was the sad end of Jason Statham. He was one of the most famous actors in the world until a tragedy changed his life forever. You've definitely seen this actor in a movie before. In recent years, Jason has been one of the highest paid actors in the world, always starring alongside Hollywood's biggest names like Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and many others. It was right beside them that a tragedy struck, making even Sylvester Stallone cry with sadness. It all happened during the filming of The Expendables 3, where Jason had to drive a 3-ton truck. Since the actor is used to action movies, this should have been something pretty easy to do. But what the actor didn't know was that the truck had a serious brake problem, and unfortunately, he found out the hard way. He was already going at full speed when he tried to brake, and when they failed, the truck ended up falling into the sea. At that moment, all the actors ran desperately to try to help, but the truck had already sunk completely. When Sylvester Stallone saw what had happened, he was devastated. He produces the Expendables movie series, and even though the accident wasn't his fault, he felt the weight on his shoulders. But amidst his tears, a miracle happened. From the water emerged Jason, swimming with all his might to save his life. Turns out, he jumped from the truck right before it hit the water, and thanks to his physical build, he managed to save himself. So many people thought that was his lucky day, but just a few days later, the actor had another accident, and this time, there was nothing he could do to save himself. Still, during the Expendables filming, Jason had to shoot a scene where his character jumps from a waterfall into an artificial lake. Typically, these scenes are quite dangerous, so it's common for them to be done by stunt doubles. However, to make the movie more realistic, Jason decided to film the scene himself and jumped from a height of nearly 100 feet. Unfortunately, things didn't end well at all. When the actor hit the lake, everyone waited for him to start swimming and come out of the water, but that didn't happen. It turns out the actor hit his head during the fall and got seriously hurt, so he couldn't swim out like last time. When they noticed this, the safety team jumped into the water to rescue him and provide first aid. Jason was unconscious, and despite the lifeguards' efforts, he didn't show any response. Then a miracle happened, and amidst everyone's desperate tears, Jason came back to life. After that, they rushed Jason to the hospital, where he could fully recover. But the most shocking part is how this accident impacted Jason's life. Even though he's physically better now, the actor's mind was shattered because he almost died. That's why he started thinking more about his wife and kids and everything he could have lost. Even though the actor is still in his 50s, he's made a fortune from his movies. But if the accident had been a bit worse, he wouldn't have had the chance to enjoy that money with his family. Because of this, Jason decided from that day forward to cherish the life he had, striving to be an even better father and husband.